Hey guys, so since Sabrina is gone and I'm the only one here, I got this new phone. No, I'm just kidding. She knew I was getting a new phone. I actually had a different phone before and I replaced it with this one, which is the Droid Incredible 4G LTE. But since Sabrina's gone, I thought I would do this instead of a vlog, especially since I didn't really do anything yesterday other than get this phone. It just came out yesterday, and this is going to be sort of a review / comparison of my old Droid Incredible 2 versus the brand new Droid Incredible 4G LTE. I've never done this before, but I think it might be fun, so I'm just going to go for it. I'll go for the specs first. The Incredible 2 was released in April 2011, I believe. And this one just came out yesterday, July 5th, 2012. So, I mean, it's not really a fair comparison, but then again, it's like what they have upgraded to, how incredible the Incredible upgrade is. That was stupid. Okay, so this one obviously has 3G only. It only goes up to 3G. Also, it could do 2G. And this one is 4G LTE. It's in the name, so it's pretty obvious. But it can't do 2G Edge or whatever. But who cares? Because you got 4G and 3G. That's freaking awesome, but 4G LTE is not everywhere yet. I don't even have it yet. Sabrina's sending, oh no, it's a tweet. I don't even have 4G LTE yet. We only have 3G here, but when we were in Anaheim we had 4G LTE, so that's cool. So if I'm traveling, I'll have it, and we should have it here soon. Because apparently Verizon's really upgrading like crazy. This phone came with Android 2.2, but it's currently updated to 2.3.4. That's a pretty decent upgrade, but it took a very long time to get that. This one came with Android 4.0, but I think it already updated to 4.0.3. I think it's just like a security upgrade or something, who knows, but it's not really anything, but it's still Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich. Okay, this one is $199 with the contract and $439 without the contract, and it's probably a lot cheaper now because this is old. This one, brand new, is $199 minus $50 with the contract. The minus $50 is the rebate that I haven't mailed in yet, but I have to do that soon. And it's $499 without the contract. So a little bit more expensive over here, and this one's probably a lot cheaper now. You probably get this on eBay or something. I don't even know how phones sell. These both have HTC Sense, except I think this one has an updated version because it's the new Android. I actually prefer HTC Sense. A lot of people hate it. I like it. I had to go back to this phone from the LG, I don't even freaking know what it was called, but I had an LG phone that was for Verizon, and I just didn't like it at all. It was too bulky. The phone didn't work as a phone, so I might as well have had an iPhone. People couldn't understand what I was saying, and it was no fun. So I didn't really like that. So I returned it and got this one, which I'm very happy with right now. They both have an accelerometer, a digital compass, and a GPS. They're both like 4 inches. They're like the same. Look at that. It's like the same, you know. But I would say that this one's a little bit skinnier, this one's a little fatter, and this one's a little bit shorter. So they just sort of changed the size, but overall they're the same size, like diagonal wise, I guess is how they measure it. 4 inches this way. I could be wrong, but it says 4 inches. This one, the LCD resolution is 480 by 800, and in the Incredible 4G LTE, the resolution is now a Super LCD screen as opposed to an LCD screen. I don't know what that means, but this is QHD, whatever that means, 540 by 980 resolution. I'm a little bit bummed by that resolution, even though it is higher than the old one. I'm a little bit bummed because I was hoping it would be a freaking 720p resolution screen, as is most Android phones these days. But you have to keep in mind that these are very small phones, and the phone I had before this, the LG one that I returned, was a 720p screen, but I think the color of this one's a lot better, and I prefer the size of this one. The other one was just way too big, and I think all the 720p screen phones are just a little bit bigger, and this size is perfect for me. So I guess I'll just wait until they come out with a phone of this size with a 720p screen. I don't know. Also something I forgot to point out. I'm a little bit bummed that this phone only has 4.0 right now. Sorry, it's shaking. Because 4.1 is supposed to come out this month. So if I waited a little bit longer, probably a phone would have came out with the new Jellybean, I believe is what it's called, Android 4.1, which is supposed to be quicker, I guess, and it's supposed to have like performance enhancements as opposed to 4.0 ice cream sandwich. But this one should get an update, but we all know Verizon is a pain in the butt with updates and they just take forever. Okay, moving on. They both have ambient light sensor, multi-touch, a proximity sensor, and this one does not have scratch resistant glass, which I don't know if you can see in the screen, but I dropped this thing like 100 times and scratched the crap out of it, so I probably could have definitely used that scratch resistant glass, but this one does. I believe it's called Gorilla Glass. I think it lasts longer too, I don't even know, but it says this one has scratch resistant, this one doesn't. But I gotta say something about this phone. This phone was dropped hundreds of times, it still works fine. The screen never cracked. It just got little scratches on it. So if this were an iPhone, I would have had to replace the screen like 10 times. But I'm hoping not to drop this one, because this phone, as opposed to this one, let's look at the backs, has a little grippy surface back here. Now this one has like sort of a metallic feel. This one's sort of just like a grippy, not really plastic, just, I don't know what the actual type of material is, but I really like it. It's nice and grippy. I think they might have had this type of grippy thing on the first Incredible, but I could be wrong. I didn't have that one. I also like the design of this one a lot better than this one with the red. And got Beats Audio. I think that's such a freaking, like, I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet, but to me, like the whole Beats Audio thing, it just sounds like a gimmick. I don't think it's even worth, like, it's just so people buy it because Beats are so freaking popular right now, the headphones. So by putting Beats Audio on the phone, all of a sudden it has better audio. I think it's a gimmick. You could prove me wrong with that if you want. I haven't tried it yet, so I have no say in this, but I think it's a gimmick. But I still like this phone. Moving on. They both have 8 megapixel cameras on the back. These are 8 megapixel cameras. Although this one can only go up to 720p with video, and this one can go up to 1080p. I feel like the video quality is a little bit jittery as opposed to a lot of other phones I've tried. But this one's definitely a lot better than this one as far as like color and resolution. But I would say the LG phone I had before had much better video quality. It was very stable, and I just liked it a lot better. As far as the front-facing camera, the resolution on the front-facing camera for this one is just very low. So, same as this one, I was hoping to have a 720p HD video quality on the front-facing camera for this phone, but I don't. But it's still decent, I guess. Probably better than this one, but I just don't even care about the specs for that. It's just a front-facing camera. If it was 720p, I would care, but other than that, it just doesn't matter to me. I was really hoping to do front-facing vlogs in 720p with this phone, so I'm a little bit bummed about that, but oh well. This has 6 hours of talk time, and this one I haven't seen a talk time specification, but usage time is 574.72 minutes. You can do the math on that. For this, it has 361 hours of standby time, and this one has 447.3 hours of standby time. So this is a little bit better, even though it's has a faster processor and all that fun stuff. This phone has a 1,450 mAh battery capacity. I don't know what that stands for. I'm very sorry. This is my first time doing a phone comparison. Probably like milliamps hours, something like that. Am I close? This one's 1,700, so a little bit better, a little bit more battery capacity on the Incredible 4G LTE. They're both lithium-ion batteries. This one has Bluetooth 2.1, this one has Bluetooth 4.0. I didn't know that mattered. I don't know what the difference is, but I mean, it's a higher number, so it's gotta be better. As far as processor, this is a 1 GHz. I believe it's a Snapdragon processor. This one's a 1.2 GHz dual core Snapdragon S4. So we got the dual core now. Yeah, baby. A little bit excited about that. I've always wanted a phone with a dual core processor, and this thing is fast. This thing's a little bit slower, but I can't really compare because I dropped it 100 times, and it's a lot older, and it's probably bugged down. I never formatted it, so speed's a little bit hard to kind of compare with these two phones right here specifically. This is a brand new phone, so I can't really do that. As far as RAM, this one has a 768 megabytes of RAM. This one has 1 gig of RAM, and this one actually has 16 gigabytes of storage internally. This one has 8 gigabytes of storage, so we downgraded a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I'm sorry, my dad's packaging, so if you hear tape ripping, it's his fault. So that's the comparison. I'd like to say right now that this phone is freaking awesome. I do kind of miss the layout of the buttons down here, how there was a settings button. We don't have that anymore. We have a back, a home, but we do have this button, which is new, which views the Windows, the recent apps that you're using. That's pretty freaking awesome. But this didn't have that, although it does have the settings button, which I preferred. I kind of miss it. Now to go to settings, you have to drop down here and click settings right there. So that's kind of annoying to me, but whatever. I mean, I don't go to settings too often, so I guess it doesn't make too much sense, but it's nice to have this settings button whenever you're in an app or something and you want to see settings. So I do kind of miss that. What else is different? The new version of Sense is freaking awesome. Oh, this is cool. Okay, let's see. You hold down, and before, when you held down, you would pop up and see this. Now it's a lot different. You get all your freaking widgets over here, okay? So you're scrolling through your widgets and you see all your panels up here. So you could drag a widget right onto a freaking panel. Like I'll just, for instance, I'll do this. Drag it right onto that panel and it's there. I'm gonna remove it because I don't want it, but that was just to show you. That's freaking awesome. This was kind of a pain in the butt to do widgets and stuff. So that's freaking awesome upgrade. Something else, I feel like the screen on this phone is a lot more sensitive than this one, which is a good thing because, I mean, a lot of Android phones aren't very sensitive when you swipe, but I feel like they definitely upgraded the swiping and the touch sensitivity. But I do find that sometimes, like for instance on this phone, holding down the screen worked pretty much every time for me. But sometimes on this one I might make a little slight movement that it catches when I'm trying to hold down on the screen. So it's like, what are you trying to do? See, I'm holding down, nothing's happening because it saw a little slight movement there. So I have to be like really still when I'm holding down. So I found that to be kind of annoying because every once in a while, like if I'm just using my thumbs, you know, like I move a little bit and it catches that movement and it doesn't want to give me that screen that I want for holding the screen down. So I mean, it's more sensitive, but I guess I just got to get used to it. It's a little bit too sensitive. Maybe they just need to make it so it's more intelligent as to whether you're holding down or not. I don't know, but this is a brand new Android system, so they're probably still working on it. I don't know what else to talk about, really. I just went over the specifics. I like the new YouTube app. I like how everything looks now. Everything plays in much higher quality because of the screen. The color on this one is freaking beautiful. I don't even think it's just resolution. I think the color is a lot better. I think that has to do with the fact that the screen is a QHD, whatever that stands for. I haven't done my research, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll put these on top of each other so you could see the size difference. It's not in focus, but whatever. That's a comparison of the Droid Incredible 2 versus the Droid Incredible 4G LTE. If you want to see more comparisons like this, just ask me and I will. I like comparing things. That sounded wrong. Okay, but anyways, check out Sabrina's vlog. She's in the UAE still, so she should be uploading a vlog today. I, on the other hand, won't be because I spent a lot of time in the Verizon store yesterday, and didn't really have much time to vlog, but I will have some extra footage for tomorrow's vlog because I did talk a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.